Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, March 31st, 2021, the last day of March, and I hope everyone had a good first quarter of the year. I am anticipating some more big things to happen in the second quarter of 2021 and likely more fireworks than we saw in the first quarter. Now, so many things are happening. Our world is changing, our country is changing. Today we're going to highlight how the situation, the crisis, the financial crisis is going to continue to get worse. Now, before I get started, a couple quick announcements. First, I just want to thank everybody for being here, for keeping this channel alive. And recently we started growing again. There was a period where we were losing a lot of viewers. It started to grow again. I found out that some people had been sharing more of these videos in different areas on the internet. So thank you for your shares, for your likes, just for being here, for commenting, for all the messages and support that you've shown me. There's a couple links down below if you'd like to support us. I've got a PO box now. Or if you just want to reach out and ask a question or say hi, there's a PO box down there. I know some people don't like to put, certain topics online, especially people that are going through hard times and tough situations. I completely understand. So ways to contact me down below. All right, I usually don't like running to the post office, but I found one that's pretty close to my kid's school, so I'll be able to check it periodically. It's also not far from where my wife works at. So again, down below in description. Let's get into the news today. Go Banking Rates article, those $1,400 stimulus checks are going to cost the taxpayers $15,000 per household. All right, how can things get better when the working class is going to be on the hook for the spending? Right, so think about this. We're going to have more incentives not to work with UBI, which is, I believe, still ahead of us. It's going to be implemented at some point. More frequent stimulus checks, more handouts. That's another word for them. Right, so more people incentivized not to work, just to sit back and wait for your next check from Uncle Sam, from the money printers. And then the people that do still choose to work, the ones that want to try to still get by with a regular job, and people that just have pride in just working for a living and not be dependent on handouts, well, those are the people, the working class are going to be the ones on the hook for this. They're going to try to take more and more of what you work for, while more and more people are sitting on the sidelines, and they're incentivized to sit on the sidelines. Now, there are people out there that can't find work, that really want to work. Absolutely, I understand it. But with the things that are happening, we're doing more of the failed policies that got us into this mess in the first place, right? Too much spending. The deficits are exploding. Not enough manufacturing, more jobs going offshore. And now they're going to raise the taxes on the corporations here. Corporate taxes are going to be going up. Individual working class taxes are going to be going up. The middle class is going to get even more decimated than it already is. And we're going to see just more and more people dependent on handouts and payouts from the money printers, from Uncle Sam, from the monopoly men. Now, we talk a lot on this channel about how the quote-unquote leaders and lawmakers are steering us off of a cliff with the policies here, the monetary policies. But it's not just that, it's also the American people. And in fact, I might be more afraid of the American people, the average American, than I am of the leaders in this country. And not all of the American people. I still believe there's more good people than bad people. But as times get more and more difficult for people, you're going to start seeing the worst come out in people. We have people out there that would just destroy, just to destroy, and just take something from you, even though they may not even need it, just so you don't have it. Let's take a look at this recent article right here. This is a story out of Washington State. Tacoma Food Bank receives truckloads of donations after burglar steals laptops, touches food, and defecates. The suspect broke a chair, touched donations, meaning hundreds of pounds of food had to be thrown away. So even though he wasn't going to use the food, he wasn't taking it for himself or even to take it or sell it and make money, he just ruined the food. And the headline tells you exactly what he did. So hundreds of pounds of food had to be thrown away, wasted food, right? So we have people out there that will just destroy just to destroy, right? Just so they can have more people probably share in their pain. So you probably heard the term misery loves company. Well, the more desperate people there are out there, the more people that feel like the system has just left them behind, or just plain bad people from day one. Um, be very careful because there's a lot of American people that are not going to be trying to help you. In fact, there's a lot of people that'll go out of their way to hurt you, and that's why I try to say on this channel, security, safety, try to protect yourself. I, for one, am looking to move out further into the country as soon as I get a chance, as soon as the opportunity arises. Maybe out of California, they're going to be taxing us here into oblivion with all the new spending and all of the big money that's leaving the state because the taxes are already outrageous. So the people that choose to stay are going to get even punished to a larger degree. So I feel like crime is going to continue to rise. We have talked about the numbers here periodically. Crime is rising, and it's likely to get much, much worse. All right, but it's stories like this that remind me of how bad people can really be in this country. All right, and we've heard, probably you've heard it also for decades, oh, America, we're the greatest country in the world, we have the greatest people. But what's going to happen when the handouts stop, when the endless, unlimited credit card, the US also has the world's largest credit card, aka national debt, that has kept millions of people from being on the street and starving. And now we have all these other programs that were implemented just in the past year, all the forgiveness programs for rents, foreclosures, for payments, even utilities that people can't pay themselves. More and more people are dependent on freebies and handouts. And we have so many people dependent on handouts, psychologists are now needing to get involved because a lot of people take pride in working for themselves, not having to depend on handouts. When more and more people fall into the category of needing a handout, a lot of people get affected psychologically. So now this article here, as first timers join food bank lines, psychologists want to erase the stigma of asking for help, right? So people are getting more depressed, more people are dependent on medications now to help ease the pain, more people turning to other types of ways to try to cope, more chemical addiction, more alcoholism. People are getting more stressed out. More people are actually grinding their teeth. This article right here, pandemic stress is causing a spike in chipped and cracked teeth. And that's being reported from many dentists saying they're seeing a huge spike here. More people are getting closer and closer to the edge. And we know that when we look at news articles and reports that financial stress is the #1 cause of stress in a relationship, and also individual stress is a huge, huge factor. And we see stories like this, more people cracked and their teeth, from grinding and clenching their jaws together out of stress. All right, so a lot of bad people out there. People that are good may turn to bad when times get even more desperate and hard. So let's continue to prepare here. Make sure you have a few months worth of supplies, whether it's food, whether it's water. It's also a link down below to the water filters that I prefer, the water purification systems. They were out of stock for a while at the beginning of the shutdown recession in 2020. They've been back in stock, so link down below. You'll also help out the channel by using that link, and again, other ways to contact me down below. Thanks everybody for being here, for your support. I'll hopefully see you down in comments and talk to you all very, very soon. Stay well, stay safe, stay prepared, everybody. Bye for now. Peace.